The family of 8-year-old Jesse Powers is celebrating what would have been his 37th birthday. It's been almost 29 years since he was beaten and sexually abused in an abandoned boxcar in Buffalo's Riverside neighborhood.
And now they're fighting to keep his killer behind bars. News 4's Marissa Perlman has this exclusive report.
David Hinchey was sentenced to 25 years to life in 1988 for killing Jesse Powers. Now he's up for parole. And for the first time in almost 30 years, family members and neighbors revisit the site where this murder happened. They want to tell his story, a death that rocked an entire community.
I have not been back here since that murder.
Tom Hewitt hasn't had the strength to come back to Buffalo's Riverside neighborhood, a place he used to know and love.
This was all railroad tracks when I was a kid. This was all train boxcars. They've really changed us a lot.
Until now.
That's exactly where he was laying right there. Instantly, I knew that it was Jesse Powers.
In the summer of 1987, after a movie night out with friends, Hewitt, 16 at the time, found the decomposing body of Jesse Powers in this weed-filled field.
As I saw it, I gasped for air in shock. And inhaled the whole smell of death and everything. It was just so overwhelming.
Powers had been missing for 6 days. The community was out day and night looking for him.
I can't get over he was laying right there. I ran over to my friends and they're like, "Well, you look like you saw a ghost." I'm like, "It's not funny, I did."
Court records show the killer, David Hinchey, admitted to choking and beating Powers in an abandoned boxcar.
And that's the path I followed, was the path that the murderer created that day when he disposed of the body.
His motive: Jesse and his mom were planning to head to police to file a sexual abuse claim against Hinchey.
Hinchey got wind of that, and he stalked Jesse that day.
Every 2 years, Hinchey comes up for parole. It's something that haunts Powers' only living relatives, his aunt, uncle, and his cousin, Tim Powers, who was born months after his death.
I fight with that every day, still, 28 years later.
Now they're fighting hard for that parole bid to be denied.
He needs to die in prison. I do not forgive him. I will forgive him the day he dies.
And if he gets out, we can't take a chance with another young person's life.
Hinchey has been denied parole twice before, but was recently moved to a moderate security prison. The fear of his release is something that's impacted the entire Powers family.
It tore through the family like a Category 5 tornado.
It put fear into all of us. It put depression into all of us. Some of us started drinking. Anger, a lot of anger.
In 2009, Jesse's mother, Nancy, took her own life.
Finally, she just could not bear the thought that Jesse's not here anymore. The holidays have just left, another lonely holiday, and she just couldn't do it.
And on what would have been his 37th birthday.
Happy birthday, Jesse.
The Powers family meets Tom Hewitt for the first time at Jesse's gravesite.
We're gonna fight, Jesse.
Yep, we're gonna do everything we can.
Tooth and nail to my dying day.
They vow to do anything to keep Hinchey behind bars.
Come here, you wanna fight more, you wanna fight harder, you wanna fight stronger.
They've started a change.org petition, which has thousands of signatures.
It really gave me strength to fight harder and to just keep pushing on. And I decided I'm making a lot of noise.
Neighbors write of other crimes they believe Hinchey committed too. Everyone says they'll come together to give Jesse a voice.
We haven't forgot about you and we're fighting strong. We're in the fight of our life to keep Jesse's killer behind bars.
And justice for Jesse.
Yep, justice for Jesse.
Friday, Sandy Powers will share her victim impact statement to the parole board. She says a large group of people will be outside the hearing downtown protesting Hinchey's release. The formal parole board appearance will take place the week of April 4th. If you'd like more information or want to sign that change.org petition, head to the Founded on Force section of WIVB.com. In the studio, Marissa Perlman, News 4.
Tragic memories for Jesse's family.
Absolutely, and very difficult for so many families that go through this every 2 years when there's a violent offender who comes up for parole, that they're so worried about getting out. We'll keep you updated on what happens in this case.